Okay. Hello. Welcome to this Hurricane Nicole update. And we're looking right now at, this is around Vero Beach. Take a look at some of the winds they're dealing with here. I'm amazed the power is still on. That's some pretty strong wind gusts right there. This is a traffic camera. And you see here that it is really, that's a police car. That's the only vehicle that should be out on the road in these kind of conditions. But yeah, the conditions there are pretty bad. They're getting into some pretty heavy rain bands right there. And we're starting to see the power outages stack up too. If we look at poweroutage.us here, which I should not have closed, you'll see here, we have 23,000 without power. Not substantially high, but these numbers are going to get higher. Let's go to the latest on Nicole right now, the latest advisory on Hurricane Nicole as of 10 p.m. I think I might have read this already to you, but I'm going to read it to you again. This is the latest one they have. Nicole is approaching the east coast of Florida, bringing dangerous strong winds and a dangerous storm surge and heavy rain. As of 10 p.m., its location is 27.0 north, 78.9 west, about 20 miles north-northeast of Settlement Point, Grand Bahama, and about 75 miles east-northeast of West Palm Beach, Florida. I think this is the same advisory I read to you earlier. So there isn't another advisory. But what I can do is show you the latest radar, and you can see here, this is the eye. I mean, it's huge. I heard on the Weather Channel, 60-mile wide eye. So this is a very unusual November hurricane, and also 60-mile wide. I think this is a record, actually. This is the first time I think we've ever seen a hurricane landfall in November in Florida, if I'm not mistaken. So that's a record right there. So this is all, again, part of what we're dealing with when we deal with climate change. So this is that heavy band that we see right here around Melbourne here. This is a really heavy band that's moving in right now to Melbourne, Florida. And let's go to the latest observations right now. And we'll try to find the Melbourne area here. Let's look at some of these wind gusts here for you, if we can. Trying to get that information onto you, but again, the site is slow. So here we go. Yeah, 60-mile-an-hour wind gust offshore. So yeah, definitely seeing some wind gusts over 50 miles an hour here. Wouldn't be surprised if there's stronger winds here. And again, this is the other side. So the south side of it is weaker. So it looks like Palm Beach, you're going to avoid the worst of this, but north of there, Melbourne, Palm Bay, Sebastian, Titusville, this is where you're going to get hit hard. I see those 55-mile-an-hour wind gusts, Cape Canaveral as well. So yeah, getting some pretty strong winds right here. And you can see even all the way up the coast there, some pretty strong winds with the hurricane warning in effect right now. And again, looking at some of these cameras, so we're going to go here and look at some of those cameras here. Because I want to go into, I don't know if that was Melbourne or not. Well, I think that was Melbourne. Let's see. Oh, we have one along the water. Perfect. Let's check this out. Let's see if we can get this one to work. Some of these may not be working because of power outages. Let's see. Okay, this is on a bridge. Look at that. You can see how that camera is moving back and forth there. And you might eventually start seeing, I'm looking for flashing. That's a sign of, transformers going and whatnot. But yeah, that's a pretty strong wind there. It's looking to the west of the camera, not toward the east. But you can see the sheets of rain coming down and the really, really strong winds out of this too. You know what I want to also look at? Lightning. Let's see how much lightning is being produced here. Not a lot of lightning. Usually you don't see a lot of lightning. It's usually lightning is in the outer bands of the storm. So let's go back to this. And let's put this radar up here again. So again, this is the radar. You can see that heavy band right ready to come on shore into Melbourne. And again, look at this thing. I mean, it's just amazing looking at this. Let's go to the satellite here and look at Nicole here. And this is the latest satellite imagery of Nicole. You can see some decent convection still going around. And look at that north feeder band. This is the one that seems to really be getting a lot of the moisture and slugging it into that the middle east coast there of Florida right there. So yeah, it's this area right here. So let me just put this into motion here. loop this a little bit here so you get an idea. This thing is going to be making landfall really soon. Within the next hour or two, I think. It's very close to landfall. It's probably going to landfall. The eye is so big. I mean, literally, the south part of the eye goes all the way from West Palm Beach, and then the north part of the eye is like almost up to Vero Beach. That's insane. That's an insanely large eye. Really is. It's just incredible. So let's. This might be. That's the current one. So you can see Melbourne. It looks like some of the heaviest bands coming into Melbourne right now. And again, this is just impressive. This thing, to say the least. So let's go look at Melbourne here. Look some more readings out of the Melbourne area. Let's see. We'll get back to Melbourne here. Or this is Melbourne here. All right. So let's go to this road here. This is where it was really impressive. I mean, they were getting some pretty crazy wind gusts here. You can see it's still pretty wild here. Look at those traffic lights moving. I'm surprised they have them on wires, unless they are on poles. I think, no, they are on poles, actually. They're moving around like, yeah, that's pretty nuts right there. That's pretty nuts. I mean, you can see the power is still on over there for now. We'll see how long that lasts for, but I imagine it's going to go out. With the wind like that, there's going to be some power outages. Though FPL is as far as one of the strongest power grids is FPL. Their power grid is very strong. I think it's made to withstand these kind of conditions, believe it or not. If this was in our area, it would be a different, it would be a totally different story, obviously. You can see, though, no one on the roads, which is good. That's what we want to see. We don't want to see anyone out in this. Go a little further inland here. This is 95. Can't really see anything there. Let's look at this one here. Can't really see anything there. I wonder if the power is out over there. Seems like it's all black. Yeah, can't really see anything on that camera at all. Okay, let's see. We got... let's go up a little further over here. This one's kind of blurry. There's a car out there, it looks like. Can't really see anything. That one is out of focus. Oh, there are a bunch of them over here by Cape Canaveral. Oh, we can look and see what the conditions are like at Cape Canaveral right here. Doesn't look as bad at Cape Canaveral. No, not nearly as bad. Not nearly as bad, but yeah, that's a little further away from the center. But it looks like that Melbourne area is really getting hit very hard right now. There's another. It's in those ring bands that the winds really get really strong. See a little traffic here. You can see the camera moving around. Yep. See those poles there moving around. Let's go a little further south. Let's go a little further south now. We can go over here and look over here and see. Yeah, there's no lights over there. You can't really see. You want to pick a site where you can see. No, there aren't that many cameras everywhere. You know, a lot of them are mainly along the turnpike and stuff. All right, here's one that you can sort of see. This is a little further south now. Let's see what it looks like over here. I wish we had some more cameras to choose from, but there just aren't a whole lot along the coast, along those beach areas, which is the areas you can see. I got some wind there, but nothing. Not nearly as bad as, yeah, you can't see the wind. You see the rain is not coming down as much, but you definitely got some strong winds. See that camera moving around quite a bit right there. Let's see if we can get some new observations in here if we can, if this is refreshed at all. Maybe giving us some updates here on the winds. And let's take a look at these buoys again. What are your wave heights here? It's not saying wave heights. Let's see if we... can't believe this buoy doesn't report wave heights. Really, no wave heights. I have a buoy, but it looks like it gusted up to 67, that buoy. But no wave heights. How do you have a buoy and it doesn't measure wave heights? That I don't understand. This is Cocoa Beach, northeast of 52. You don't think northeast gusting to 52 right there. But I really would like to see those wave heights. I don't know why they don't have wave heights being reported at this buoy. That I don't understand. That I don't understand why that is. Some others, another buoy here. Let's see. Here's one. Wave height 13.8 feet. Yeah, it's pretty high. That's a little further away from the center already. That's still remarkable, though. That's why I'd like to see something on this spot here. But it doesn't seem like they have anything over here. This one buoy does not report wave heights. So I don't know why it does not report wave heights. Somebody please explain that to me. For select observation, maybe this is it? I don't know. Well, we don't have the wave heights, but I'm going to guess that they're like 18 to 20 feet. Probably, and I just closed that up. But I'm going to take a guess. There's another video. Yeah, we could look over here on this. I'm going to wrap this up. I don't want this being a long update. I'm tired. So their power grid's hanging on pretty good. You don't see too much flashing going on. Despite the strong winds, you don't see much flashing. Like I said, these winds are low-end Cat 1. But I'm just curious about the flooding that's occurring. Now, as we go further down the coast here, let's go down to West Palm Beach. See how things are doing there. Let's see how Palm Beach is doing. I got tired, so it doesn't look all that bad, to be honest with you. It looks like the worst of it's in Melbourne right now. Yeah, so it doesn't look too bad. No power outages. But that number will probably, again, get worse. So that's going to be it for this update here on Hurricane Nicole as it makes landfall for the next hour or two in Florida. Maybe I'll have another update for you. Maybe I won't. To see if I can stay awake. Good night.